the Disney Skyliner at Disney
Hi and welcome to
Resort.
today's vlog. Today I am talking you through how I use Disney Skyliner in a wheelchair. The Skyliner is a great source of transport to get around Disney. It is currently free and there are a couple of Skyliner resorts, so Riveria and Caribbean Beach, both ideal Skyliner resorts with easy access to Hollywood Studios and Epcot. I will link below a review and resort tour we watched recently of Caribbean Beach from Aussie Robbo and the English Gent, which is a really useful little tour if you're thinking of staying there. So in order for us to board the Skyliner using my wheelchair, we queued up at a separate entrance. The Skyliners, or gondolas I suppose, stop at the wheelchair location so that you can get on and off easily. You'll notice that the regular drop-offs for the Skyliner, they sort of don't stop you. They move and you walk on them as they're still going, which if you can walk, you're mobile and you've got sort of an easy pushchair, it's quite easy to get onto. But if you're in a wheelchair, it is a little bit more tricky, especially if you're in sort of a big mobility scooter. You need that little bit of extra time. So like I said, you queue at a separate designated wheelchair entrance for the Skyliner. You queue here and then you'll notice that some of the gondolas come off the regular track and around to this sort of extra track and stop completely. They come to a complete standstill, so you're then able to load yourself and your wheelchair into the gondola. The cast members obviously have controls and a switch, so they know when a separate wheelchair gondola is needed, so they can push a button, bring it round to the right track and stop it completely. And then there is another button that indicates that the gondola you are in has a wheelchair user in it, so that when it gets to your destination or the other end or wherever you're going, they know that this gondola has to come off of the regular track and onto the separate track so it can be stopped completely. Disney Skyliner opened in September 2019 and there are 5 stations located at different resorts and parks. You can get to Epcot and Hollywood Studios via the Skyliner, and you can also get to Riveria Resort, Caribbean Beach Resort, Art of Animation and Pop Century. At the moment it is free and I just think it is such a good mode of transport. It's fun, you get really great views, and I love it. It's a great form of transport. So when not operating under social distancing measures, each cabin can hold up to 10 guests, or 6 if you have a wheelchair or electric scooter on board, and there are twin inward-facing wooden benches. You can also fit strollers, sort of smaller strollers, in without having to collapse them, which is ideal. It means you don't have to turf all your kids out before you get on. You can leave them in the buggy and just wheel them straight on, which is great. You disembark the same way. Like I said, the cast member has indicated that your particular gondola is a wheelchair user, and so they know to switch it to the right track to bring it to a complete standstill. So when it arrives at your destination, it comes off the main track and around to a secondary track where it comes to that complete stop so you can safely get off in your wheelchair. I think the Skyliner is a great system, especially if you're in a wheelchair. I was a little bit concerned before we had ever been on it. I was concerned as to how we would do it because I had noticed that obviously they don't routinely stop, so we didn't know that there was this switch track, so I was a little bit worried as to how we were going to get onto the gondolas and use the Skyliner. But the method they use is brilliant. It's efficient, it's fast, you don't have to queue as long as in the normal queue, which is always a bonus to having a disability. And yeah, I highly recommend the Skyliner. It's lots of fun. Even if you only use it once, it's a great way to get around Disney and super easy if you're in a wheelchair. So I hope you enjoyed this mini vlog on how to use Disney Skyliner if you're in a wheelchair. If you've got any questions, drop them below, and I'll be back soon with another video. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll link my Disney holiday playlist vlogs down below so you can catch up with those too.